Okay, so let's discuss this topic. Should Jauan Jennings have a reasonable contract to stay put with the 49ers? Or do you guys really think we should move on regardless of what happened this offseason? Unlike the circumstances of Brandon Ayuk, unlike that guy, at least Jauan Jennings was able to show up and go out there. He put his pride aside and played ball. He might have had some arguments or good reasons to get paid, but honestly, for what he was asking for, I think he might have just did too much on that part. But I think there's a chance that maybe you can resolve the situation and he can come to those terms and say, you know what? I might as well just stay here. I have a role with this team. There's just nowhere else I can be but here. Maybe he can realize that and just take whatever he can get, you know? I think Niners are staying with by stepping on their toes and saying, nah, bro, we're not going to give you this kind of money. What we're going to give you is this, and if you agree to it, we'll give you that contract. So it's really up to Jauan if he wants to stick around long term. I think he's a big part of our offense at times. He's a good blocker. He's a good third down receiver. He's a reliable guy. When you need somebody like him to step in, he can play. When given opportunities to be the guy, he's shown that he can be the guy at times. But Niners just going to have to learn to keep the right players. And I think we're just lucky to avoid this Brandon Ayuk situation because now there's a chance we can definitely retain Jauan Jennings. But there's mixed feelings between our fan base. The way he handled his business, you would figure, is this the kind of guy we want in our locker room? Because, you know, sometimes these players tend to warm welcome their locker room. And maybe that's the trend with Jauan Jennings. Maybe that's what's going to happen. I don't know. But honestly, he earns the right to stick around. Out of all the wide receivers we had for quite some time, I've always liked Jauan Jennings. He comes to work and does things the right way. Maybe the way he handled his business, I just didn't like the way he kind of went about it that way, you know, but he didn't go on social media and made it such a big problem. Nah. I think what we all heard is a different side of the story. And then what people had to say about what he said on the football field, I can give zero fuck about that shit, man. He plays the game. He's supposed to piss you off because he wants to get under your skin. Yeah, he's not the fastest receiver, but he's got 6'3" frame. He's kind of like a miniature tight end, but he's just a really good, capable receiver. He's got at least 4 to 5 good years, man. Because guys like him that don't have speed, bro, they can play for quite a while. So I think he earned the right to stick around. I mean, you got to look at guys that should be rewarded, bro, because they're those guys you build around. And guys like Jauan deserves to stick around. But it really depends. Because I know John Lynch and Kyle, they value Jauan, but maybe they think in their own perspective they can go find somebody cheaper to replace. But I think it would be wise to see if he wants to take a reasonable contract. And if he does that, then I'll have all the respect for this man. Because that's the only reason why I got his jersey, because he came into the league as a 7th-round draft pick. He came in knowing that he wasn't guaranteed a roster spot. He had to put a lot of hard work, and it paid off. It really paid off. He proved to me that when it came to those third downs and clutch plays in the playoffs, he would step in and play a big role. And he proved it. And that's what makes me such a big fan of this guy. Regardless of what happens with this man, I'm always going to root for this kid. But at the same time, bro, if the Niners are going to keep this man, I'm always going to be more happy for this man. A lot of people have different opinions about this man. But I can give zero damn about what y'all think, bro. This man plays football. This man plays with heart. And this man was playing hurt. He was playing with 5 broken ribs, for God's sakes, bro. If that doesn't earn you a contract, then I don't know what is, bro. Yeah, he might have had some issues behind the scenes, but who doesn't, bro? But at least he's out there. At least he cares about fucking playing this game, bro. You can't say much about freaking Brandon Ayuk. At least Jauan has all the heart to be out there, bro. This man should have been rewarded the contract. Not Brandon Ayuk. Jauan should have been more rewarded. Now maybe we can fix that problem. You keep the right players, and it pays off. But we'll see. Let me know what you guys think.